Hey everybody, I'm out here walking today. I want to talk to you today about resiliency. It's American Heart Month, and so I'm talking to you about different things that can help you reduce your risk of heart disease. And actually, resiliency is one of those things people don't think of when it comes to heart disease and how it can help them. But actually, being resilient and coming back from a crisis, large or small, can really help you reduce your risk for heart disease by reducing your stress and your anxiety and helping you deal with problems as they come along. So I've had to deal with a lot of issues in my own personal life, and so a lot of people tell me, Jeanette, you're a really resilient person, and I guess so. And so I think that if I'm going to give some of my tips for how I overcome some of the traumas, is first of all, crisis, large or small, in my life, is you need to give it your attention at the moment. So when you're in the moment, it's okay to feel those emotions and be like, this is really upsetting me, or, if you need to cry about it, if you're angry, if you have grief, if you're upset, have the feelings in the moment, and then that way you can move on from it later on. Then the next thing I always do is I give myself some time to process what happened. And so if let's say something happened to you today and you just need a day to go over in your mind what happened and to finally let go of all of those emotions, feel those emotions, give yourself some time to work through that process. And then, because then one of the things that helps you become more resilient too is getting back into the routine of life. And so when you start taking too much time, then you're focusing more on the problem than on the rest of your life. So it's thing. But make sure that you give yourself the time to feel the emotions, and it's okay. You don't have to convince yourself you're happy in that moment when you're not. You don't have to sit there and be like, well, I'm so blessed with all of these other things in my life. I mean, which you may be. That's fantastic. But in the moment, you can deal with it in the moment. Then take some time to go over it. And then when you have distanced yourself from it a little bit more, then go back and reflect and process it and maybe address, like, what are some things that I learned from this? How can I take this into the future? And you learn in a crisis, you learn both good and bad things about yourself and the way that you handle things. So maybe sometimes there's like, wow, I did a really great job at dealing with this issue in this way, but I have these other things that I could have improved upon if this ever happens to me in the future or for future events. So it's something that you can always look back at. So it's everything in life is always building on each other. And so that's just my personal take on how I try to be resilient and how I do resiliency and how it benefits me. And it does help me reduce my stress and reduce my anxiety, and I sleep better at night. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye.